Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sima. I am 36 years old, living in between Paris and Almaty, which is in Kazakhstan. And I used to work in fashion for more than a decade, and now I work in wellness. And um, considering all these facts, 36 years old, living in Paris, having completely different life habits in a way, like lifestyle habits, maybe here and back home, which I'm not sure if it's correct the way to say that. Back, like in Almaty, there is a home because I feel like the home is where your family is, and now my family here, which was a dream come true. Honestly, that was my goal plan since 2014 or 15, and it's just amazing realize to actually it did happen. Anyway, this video is not about that. It's not about dreams coming true, but about the fact that I am in my late 30s, and I wish I knew a lot of things or understood a lot of things way before than now. But I guess there is time for everything, and there is like a pace for everything and lifetime, So let's see. I made a list of things that I think would be helpful for those who are under 30, for the girls in their 20s, in their late 20s. What inspired me is that I once, not that while ago, uh, I heard two comments on my pregnancy. I'm pregnant now. I am 8 months pregnant, and two things. Actually, one same thing from different people, from different girls. What I heard is that, well, pregnant at 36, first time, and I said, well, yeah. And both of the girls, they're not even 30. One of them was 27, the other was like 29 maybe. And they said, well, it means that it's not too late for me. It is not too late for anything in your life. And maybe watching this video will help you to realize and understand that. Let's go. So number one is we're rushing so much in every aspect of our lives. And I want to say, and I want to be like sort of an confirmation and approval as myself. Peace is a new success. Well, in my 20s, actually, I thought that success meant that being seen, being recognized, being validated, and none of the things that matter much, because when you understand that being in peace with yourself and actually being calm is the only marker of being a successful person. Having like all those calm mornings, having peaceful coffee talks with your friends, and actually being able to see your family, this like whole balanced energy. This is a success to me. And when home feels safe, this is success. Not being recognized or being validated by other people, but actually feeling like well in your own skin and seeing your life flow. Let me tell me if that's reflect you as well. Well, since I am a millennial, and I've been my most of my 20s came to the era when we were talking about being independent, being well, mostly being independent from men, and we still want this, how to say, we want to be equal, which I get that, and I don't see anything bad in those things, but we kind of lost the thing that being soft is actually power. And you don't need to prove your softness, because we are different from men. We build differently, we feel different, and we can do the same things as them. For example, let's have a very simple um, example at home. I never carry bags at home. Like, I have my husband and I have my younger brother. If I want to buy a grocery, they will carry those groceries, not just because I'm pregnant, but also because it's too heavy for my spine, for my figure, for my shape, and I just want to be, I want to stay healthy as much as I can, and it's just way too heavy for the way I was built, it's one simple example. When it comes to professions, yes, maybe there is like a huge gap, but I see it's changing. What I'm trying to say is that we don't have to um, forget the fact that, again, softness is your power, and we have to not to deal with that, we have to accept that, because real softness never needs to be performed. It's just the way we are. And it's in how you calmly say no when something doesn't feel well. Hope you get that. Let's go to number 3. Well, this is to everybody who is in their 20s, in their teenage years. Health, health, health is everything. Honestly, I wasn't really growing up. My family was not very strict about being in shape, going to sport, all those kind of things were not really into our agenda. We were more about, like, I went to musical school and I graduated from there, like being in a good grades. Yes, eating clean, not so much, because I was growing up in Russia, and back there it wasn't a thing in like early 2000s in or late 90s. we I think we just consumed everything that was imported from other countries, and we were so happy about it because it was a marker of like abundance, and something that validated you as a kind of wealthy family. If you can afford yourself, like your kid having sneakers or your kid having Coca-Cola, this means that you are doing something good. Of course, it did change with my mother when she had her other kids. Like, I am the oldest, then I have my sister. We have 1.5 year gap. And then I have my other sister. We have 17 years gap. And my brother, we have 21 or 22. So it's just, we have completely different mothers. And approach her, like, well, her wellness or food or healthy approach was so much different with us and with them. So what I want to trying to tell you is that you are growing up in an era when wellness is like a currency. It's wealth. Health is wealth. Wellness is something that brings you not just uh, like being confident with yourself, but also brings you power. So my journey started only almost 6 years ago now. But if you're watching this and you are, let's say you are 20 something, you have to know about your health, everything. And you have to go to the whatever sport you like. You have to be active. You have to stay strong. You have to eat clean well. Because if you are not healthy, you really can't do anything. So also, to me, like, both of my parents were diabetes, like were diagnosed with diabetes, and this was also the reason, partly the reason why we lost them. And I understood that health is not just fitness or food, it's just kind of respect to yourself, respect to your body, and this just longevity. I mean, this is just the base of everything to you. You want to be successful, go get your ass to the gym or whatever sport you want. You want to be successful, start with food routine regime, start eating more clean, more healthy, and I don't know, drop everything you've been doing bad to yourself, smoking, drinking, whatever. And yeah, you can't build anything that will last if your foundation is weak. Okay, this is might be a bit controversial for some women, but if you are in a marriage or if you are in a long-lasting relationship early in, um, what I understood, and I didn't understood that in my 20s, I've been with the same partner for almost 13 years now. And at the beginning, I was completely different person, not the same person that I am now. And what I'm trying to say is that your partner peace depends on your peace. Yes, this maybe sound weird and not very feminine, but we've been fighting so much at the beginning of our relationship, proving, validating ourselves. And maybe only the last couple of years we started to actually understand that it was pointless and it's useless. We just waste time for nothing. And calmer I am, calmer he is, and vice versa. If he is calm and he doesn't bring me his very vibrant and very sometimes nervous and toxic attitude to me from work, and if I don't do the same, we separate work from home, then it can work. Then it's actually like I'm processing the thing. If I had a fight at work or I have something like a bad day there, I will always think that I'm not going to bring this energy to my family because it won't bring me anywhere. Because there's at least one place I have to feel confident and I have to feel comfort is my home. So you don't give peace by pretending to be soft. Like it's not just making effort. It's it give you give it by being centered. You know. I know it sounds woohoo for some people, but I mean, try. Feminine energy is truly works, but only when it's comes from here. It's genuine. It's not forced. It's like you can't become feminine is that if it's not part of you, but I think you can work on that as well. Okay, start crushing me in the comments anyway. So number 5, I think, is just something that I never considered as a important fact, but being kind is never ever something you will regret about. Even when people don't return it, even if people being mean to you, even like kindness keeps your soul clean. Well, at least to me it's that. And the world will test you, but what I think about like other people being rude or other people being unkind to you, we just close that channel. We only open the channel of kindness. We don't need other people being rude to us if it doesn't, how to say, if it doesn't reflect you. We just don't make easy entrance to that energy. Again, sounds woohoo, but I mean, I am 36 years old woman approaching to my 37. I kind of know one or two things about life. I think this is very important one, and important to men and women, and in all the, how to say, in 20s and 30s and 40s. You can start over, or you can start something as many times as you want. You can start a new business. I started 1, 2, 3, Four. Only four. I started four times, different businesses, and only number four was successful. Number one was like, yeah, let's spend someone's investor money for good. It's not, I'm not saying that I bought for myself like an apartment or a car. I didn't. We spent money learning how to build business, and that was one of the things when you understand that uh, it's maybe you should spend your own money, go into business school first. And number two was kind of like I was more experienced, but again, it didn't work. Third, didn't work. College, mobbit, like all those things. And only number four, maybe it was my true calling. I don't know. It was like when I started my shushu cafe, and it's just getting growing, growing, growing. It probably is just me. It probably is just something that reflects me and something that I understand. And but wellness clicked into my head just like that, and I do not regret that I did those businesses like one, number one, two, three, because it led me to the one that I have now, and it led me to people that I know, and it brought me to my experience and brought me to the city that I love. So basically, it is never too late to start something new. Drop the job you hate, start dating someone else, getting off from the relationship you never were happy about, or getting pregnant if everything is good with your health. It's just everything is our head, and I think if I would be thinking about pregnancy like I'm getting old, everything is not in my favor, and what I'm gonna do. It's too late. I'm 35. I'm 36, and my baby will. Well, what will happen to my baby? My baby will go to school when I will be in my 40s. That is so bad. Other moms will be like 25 maybe, or 30, or like he will graduate when I will be 50. No, I have no those thoughts in my head. The only thought in my head I have now is just like I want a healthy baby, healthy, happy baby. I want to have healthy and happy motherhood, and I want nobody interrupt me there. That's it. So start over or start at any time you need. A real life actually start with like having small rituals. And I was talking to my younger brother the other day, and he said, "Oh, another day. This is so boring. Again, I'm going to school. Then I will be back home. I'm gonna eat my dinner, and then I will get my homework, and it's just so boring." Like, and I was shocked. First, I wanted to kill him. The second, and I was like, breathe, Sima. You have to explain the guy, the whole purpose. And we watched the Pixar movie called Soul, and it explains everything. So basically, real life is just all those small rituals, and real life is just consists of the things that are boring to some people, and to some people it's something exciting. So we have to find exciting in every single aspect of our life. You go out, you see the city, or your village, whatever, you see, okay, the sun is out, the sky is blue, the weather is perfect, the coffee is great, my mother is my parents are healthy, my kids are healthy, I have beautiful relationship with my husband, whatever. But this is your job, acknowledging all those small things. And when you cut, like when you bring fresh flowers from the market, when you bring groceries, morning walks, clean meals, I don't know, moments of gratitude. This is life. And yes, sometimes it's just repeating the other day, and like it's everything sometimes seems very ordinary, but if you will understand that tomorrow you probably will do the same thing all over again, but you are so excited to do that. This is when real and a beautiful life is built. And I was so upset hearing that from a person who's just 14 years old. And I was like, I didn't have that. I didn't have the same life you having now. In my teenage years, I was living in Russia and being like very much upset, being traumatized uh, by my classmates, or being bullied for being another uh, nationality, having another name, and having another family name, because everybody there is just having something that is easy to recognize. And my name is like Sima or Nasima wasn't really, um, was out of balance, so people really didn't really thought 1 or 2 seconds to like mention me that. And I'm not saying I wasn't happy, but there was unhappy moment. There was a lot of unhappy moments. And when he told me that my life is so boring, we started this morning rituals when he goes to school. He and my other sister. I tell him, you will get out of the house and you will think about all the things you're grateful for, even if it's just small things. Somebody told you you're great, somebody said you were playing guitar well, or like you've been great at the I don't know, history lesson, or you just seen that there's no rain outside as it was yesterday. You say thank you, and then you going to sort of, how to say that, uh, program, no, like you're gonna manifest your day just like that. I want this, and I accepting this and this and this and this into my life today, and this is what you're gonna do on the way to the metro, okay? He said, yeah, I'm gonna try. So he tried that, and when he come back at home in the evening, I said, okay, list of the things you are grateful for. Kind of hard to have these conversations with like a 14 years old guy, but we're getting there. Yeah, we are. So you have life. There's 100% things that you are grateful for. Don't forget. Okay, last one, and this is very important, and I wish I understood that when I was 20 something, or maybe, I don't know, in my teenage years. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. This is a limited space. This is a space other people have to deserve, Peace costs too much to give it away freely, Protect your energy like it's something sacred. It is sacred because, I mean, there's nothing more important. There's people who, like, you say, she fill up the room. Well, imagine you want a piece of that energy. I want to be the person who fills up the room. But at the same time, there is like mean energy around, there's good energy, and you have to acknowledge that. Some people are mean by just being themselves, or some people mean because something's happened to them throughout their life. It's not your business to discover that. It's not your business to understand that. But what you have to understand, so if there is some people who are being mean to you, or there are some people who are trying to have like a piece of you, and giving like horrible comments, or like comments you are uncomfortable with, you have to get rid of those people because your energy is sacred. So this was a mix of things that are woohoo, and at the same time something that was very easy to understand. After watching this, I encourage you to send me comments and tell me what you think, and I am super open to discuss. And have a great day, have a great weekend whatever you're watching this. And I'm gonna go see Paris just the way it is, with its perfections and imperfections. Yeah, like that. Stay true to yourself. Bye.